This is your morning in 8 minutes. The Knoxville Police Department says 4 officers involved in a deadly shooting at Austin East High School acted within policy.
The chief of police says 1 officer failed to turn on his body camera and was reprimanded. 4 officers were involved. The shooting happened in April of last year inside a bathroom at the high school. 17-year-old Anthony Thompson Jr. died. The TBI says an officer's gun and Thompson's gun went off during a struggle. Both Thompson and another officer were hit by the officer's bullets. Thompson died. That officer recovered. Chief Paul Noel says the shooting was justified. Officers will not be punished for the use of force. That officer that didn't have his body camera turned on was given a written reprimand.
Meanwhile, Anthony Thompson Jr.'s mother is suing all 4 KPD officers involved and the Knox County Board of Education. The suit claims the board and KPD ignored policies about how officers engage with students in schools and claims officers waited 2 minutes to help the injured student. Thompson's family released a statement claiming the officer was concerned about, quote, how it would look to the media. They say the officer washed blood off his hands before helping Thompson, claiming, quote, it was more important for the police department how they looked than it was to save Thompson's life. Well, right now, 2 people are recovering after being shot on Tuesday night. This happened in Mechanicsville on Wallace Street and James Avenue. When KPD got there, they saw 2 vehicles speeding away from the area, another person running. Both people were taken to the hospital. One has serious injuries. Another is expected to survive. Police have not made any arrests. And be on the lookout today for this truck. Crime Stoppers says someone stole it from a Casey's gas station on Emory Road. This happened August 9th. Investigators believe this is the person responsible. If you see them or know anything about what happened, contact Crime Stoppers. We have their number for you in our WVLT News app. An Alcoa man is headed to prison for 2 life sentences. The DA's office says Ronnie Johnson tried to strangle his girlfriend in his car and then shot 2 people inside of a house. This happened 2 years ago in a neighborhood off Lovell Road. When she got away, she ran to a nearby home. Johnson then drove his car into that house and shot the people who lived there, Boyd and Doris Beets.
Well, we now know the name of the man killed in a Jefferson City fire. Investigators say Richard Lowry died. His wife Marjorie was able to escape without getting hurt. This happened on State Route 92 on August 6th. The TBI's Criminal Investigation Arson Unit still trying to figure out what started it. And right now, it could take weeks to figure out what caused a West Knoxville apartment fire.
Rural Metro tells us 28 people are homeless after the fire destroyed 1 apartment building at the Walker Springs Apartments. Thankfully, no one is hurt. The American Red Cross is now helping those who lost everything. Knox County Sheriff's Office and state investigators are working to figure out what started this fire. $3,500 is now being offered for information on who tried to kill a deer out of season. We want to warn you, these photos are hard to look at.
This happened in a Hendersonville neighborhood. The deer is alive and is being monitored right now during its recovery. The TWRA says someone shot it with a crossbow bolt or an arrow. Agents were able to remove as much of it as they could without hurting it. An Asheville group is offering the reward for any information. And today marks 1 year since flooding forced dozens of people to evacuate their homes in Cott County. Water dramatically rose on the Pigeon and French Broad rivers, forcing those evacuations. Since then, the Cott County Emergency Management has upgraded its operations center, added members to its swift water rescue team, and started a mass notification system to better alert people if something like this happens again. And new details this morning, the director of the CDC now ordering an internal reorganization of the agency.
This after a review pointed to several missteps in how the organization handled COVID-19. A report commissioned by the director, Rochelle Walensky, found the CDC became too rigid and bureaucratic to act quickly. It specifically cited its analysis of data, the sluggish release of information to the public, and its confusing and overwhelming COVID guidance.
Former Vice President Mike Pence asking people to refrain from attacking the FBI in the wake of the search of former President Trump's home in Florida. Pence says he's troubled that a search warrant was executed at Trump's estate, but added that, quote, calls to defund the FBI are just as wrong as calls to defund the police.
Happening today, you can get a free Narcan kit. Knoxville nonprofit Forget You Not says overdoses don't just happen on the streets. Narcan can save someone's life during an overdose. The founder says people who are prescribed opioids need Narcan too. The event's happening today at Greater Warner Church from 3 until 6. You'll get the kit and training all for free.
And according to a new report, you're finally catching a break when it comes to chicken wings. According to the Department of Agriculture, the average wholesale price for a pound of wings fell to $1.68 in July. That's the lowest since 2018, before the pandemic. Analysts predict those prices will be short-lived, with football and basketball just around the corner, boosting that demand. And speaking of that, high school football back in East Tennessee tonight. It's Rivalry Thursday. It's back this year. Jefferson County heads to Sevier County. Kickoff tonight on MyVLT at 7 o'clock.
Well, we do want to get a look at your First Alert traffic this morning with Whitney Turner.
Things are going smoothly for your Thursday morning, even as you're moving around in Knoxville. Right ahead of that morning rush, no congestion out there to slow you down. Heads up though, if you are traveling through Sevier County today, that routine maintenance wraps up for the week. From 7 to 4 o'clock, it's going to be along the spur. You will run into some single lane closures. Just be mindful of those workers on the roadway. Give them some space. Be prepared for some delays. That road work will kick up again next week, but you are clear for the weekend. Taking a live look at that traffic flow, this is I-40 right around Walker Springs. No issues heading to and from Knoxville.
Your First Alert forecast with Chief Meteorologist Heather Haley.
6:55 now, kicking off your Thursday on a nice note. Keep in mind we've got really mild humidity for a little longer. Plenty of hot sun today, but the humidity goes back up starting tomorrow, cranks up a few storms Friday into your weekend, so there's a lot of change around the corner. In fact, we just walked through that First Alert Futurecast for your Friday. I wanted to give you a heads up on Saturday, as I am seeing a few showers and storms still in the morning to midday. Notice a little more sun, especially over the valley Saturday afternoon. So obviously it's not all gloomy by any means, but then we have a few more storms outlining the valley that could help to create a couple of evening storms. So all in all, it's more scattered on Saturday. Still a couple spotty storms now going into Sunday morning, but picking up into the afternoon since the pace of that cold front for Monday is picked up. So all that helps to do is kind of push up some more scattered storms for one more day. So all the more reason to enjoy today while we just have some patches of fog creating some slowdowns like around Madisonville, parts of Knox County, hazy up the Plateau and foggy at the Tennessee-Kentucky line, Campbell County to Whitley County, and also Bell Harlan. Notice it just kind of branches all up into the mountains in Kentucky. But right now what we share is some mild temperatures. 57 Rogersville to 61 in Middlesboro, 63 in Knoxville, and 58 Crossville. Loving it. Mostly clear sky, beautiful views. That sunshine today will just help to make it nice and warm. Right around average, not too bad here, especially since we can hold off those storms. So I've got you covered on that Friday and weekend, and of course the track of that cold front for early next week coming up on the CW.
Yeah, I know Mark Packer, our football team here with Rick and everyone have been looking at this
Varsity All Access
for months at Varsity All Access and Rivalry Thursday, making sure it's good to go. We'll have more coming up on WBXX. That's where we're headed. Have a good day.